What's up, Thunder fans? Welcome to another edition of Sooner Surge Thunder Talk podcast that tells it like it is. The Thunder, OKC Thunder, get it done tonight against really a hot Memphis team, guys. I think they had won 4 straight going into this game. Thunder were without a few players, a few meaningful players. Chet Holmgren out, sitting the second night of the back-to-back out. You had Lou Dort out. You had Case and Wallace all missing from tonight's game. And tell you what, I don't know how you can continue to sit Aaron Wiggins or not have this guy be on the floor a lot. 8 3-pointers. What did he end up with? 26 points. Like, he was phenomenal tonight. Not only that, he had 10 rebounds.
Yeah, Jeremy. And, I think that's something that we talked about earlier in the year, especially after Chet got hurt, is you're going to need these other guys to step up in different ways. And Aaron Wiggins has for sure been one of those. He's kind of like a guy with how much talent there is on the Thunder team. There's not enough minutes for a player like that, in my opinion, just because Oklahoma City has so much talent, especially when fully healthy. Like, you got to give these other guys, especially the starters, their minutes. But Aaron Wiggins has been playing phenomenal basketball. I think outside of Shai and J-Dub and Hartenstein, that's been the guy that's been getting it done for this team, Jeremy and Jason, is Aaron Wiggins. And he had a career high, I believe it was last week, of 41 points, if that what it was. So just a phenomenal game. But Aaron Wiggins literally is, they call him the man that say basketball as jokes, but dude's been having himself the last few weeks.
But here's the thing, before he got hot, he was pretty cold there for a little bit. Now, I think there's a couple of things. I know you're almost to the All-Star break, and then the second half of the season's not very long. But when you get to the playoffs, I think one thing to watch for this Oklahoma City team is, I know they're going to be the number 1 seed in the West. I like most of the matchups. There's a few I'm a little hesitant about, but it's going to come down to the guys like Wiggins, Joe, some of those guys knocking down 3-pointers. Dort, they're going to have to – they can't have just really bad games shooting-wise, I think, because that's kind of what hurt them last year in the playoffs, if you remember right. They didn't shoot it very well against them in the Mavs series. But you just got to hope that they're not just ice cold, because right now, guys, after what happened today with this Laker trade, I was not wanting a Lakers matchup, but they don't have a big at all right now. They're hurt. They're gonna have to get somebody. You know who I thought they might go get now? What do you guys think about
Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard.
Yep.
I'm
serious.
I
talking about him with the Thunder. Remember, that was the talk at a point.
Yeah, but here's the thing, and then you had the injury to Anthony Davis. But he's fine. But man, he looked good playing the 4 spot. But let me read this tweet to you. It's from Brandon Raybar, covers the Thunder. Because some of these stats right here, this will kind of just put it into perspective tonight's game. Thunder was on the second night of a road back-to-back. Grizzly had 2 days rest. Thunder without Chet, Dort, Wallace, or A.J. Mitchell. Grizzlies fully healthy. Grizzlies had won 10 of 11 and 4 in a row. Grizzlies shot 18 more free throws. Thunder win by 13. Yeah. I mean,
Jay, look, I'm gonna say this again. Every time we've had one of these, I mentioned it. Guys, Isaiah Hartenstein was unbelievable tonight. Had close to 30 points and rebounds combined. He does so many. Again, I'm going to say it, he's the Dennis Rodman on this team. He knows his role. That's all he cares about. And the other guy that I was just absolutely stoked to watch tonight, because I thought he was phenomenal, is Caruso. Caruso, he went up way above the rim and got a couple of rebounds. His hustle, his defense, his slashing and assist. Look, you got a second unit. And I don't know what they're going to do, guys. But I think the second unit, you're going to have Caruso, J. Hill, Wiggins, Wallace, and then throw one more guy in there, either Kendrick or no, I think it'd be Joe maybe. Aaron Wiggins is a better shooter than Joe. Aaron Wiggins is a better shooter than Joe. Go look at the stats.
I don't think
no. Okay.
Drop the percentages right now. 3-point percentage.
Isaiah is higher. And
Drop
And
the
Greg
three-point percentage.
who knows Greg knows NBA really well. He says Alex Lynn is the Lakers' best option right now for center.
I could see that.
But I'll say this: Lakers without a center, I'm not concerned. It was with Mark Williams, I was a little bit worried.
Yeah, that starting lineup was legit.
But the other thing I would say in tonight's game, guys, you're going to win most games when you shoot 24 more shots than the other team. The Thunder did. And the Thunder had 21 offensive rebounds and compared to 10 from the Grizzlies. Hartenstein, guys, great. Just, man, what an addition. But you got him and Chet. Chet didn't play. I think the Chet stuff's going to be kind of that way for a while. It's going to be like play a little bit, sit a game. I don't think – and there's no use to just burn him in the ground. You see him playing yesterday. The guy has no, like, second gear. He has one speed, and it's fast and as hard as he can go. There's no, like – there's no like casually playing for him. He's going to go up strong to try to block shots. He's going to go up to try to slam it against the backboard.
Hey, you mentioned Anthony Davis. You said he's good. I'm not sure on that, Jay.
Oh, I think he'll be fine.
It's an I think he redid the abdominal strain.
I thought it might have been a hernia, but then I thought I saw something after the game that he said he'll be fine. But
that abdominal
here's the
stuff
thing.
Is no joke.
Hey, he is scary at a 4.
Who, AD?
Not having to play the 5, him at 4. Yeah, he's
Anthony Davis, when he played the 4 in New Orleans, I think people forget he was in talks on a trajectory to be maybe the greatest power forward in NBA history.
But he put a lot of weight on. He's not the same guy he was at New Orleans.
Dude's hitting step back threes.
Yeah, I mean, he's still
Anthony Davis, when he's healthy, is one of the best bigs. An argument for the best big in the league outside of Nikola Jokic.
I'm not arguing that he's one of the best bigs.
He's saying 4. We're saying 4 now, Jackson.
Yeah,
he put on a lot of weight. He's not the same guy he was.
Hey, let me ask you all this.
Doncic was out of shape and all this stuff, still averaging 30-something a night.
I'd play him at the 4.
Gafford's going to be the 5.
And Gafford and Lively. Yeah, I mean, they're in a good spot. Hey, I got to ask you, does something need to change with the NBA trade deadline and the physicals? Because now the Lakers are kind of, they can't go get another trade. They can't trade anybody else.
How do you feel if you're Dalton?
Yeah, how would you feel? That's what I was going to say.
Hey,
Like,
guys,
why can you not do the physicals before the trade happens? Like, go ahead and figure that out before you actually make the trade. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird deal.
And you know, I think they should make the trade deadline during the few off days before the All-Star game. That's when I think all that should take place.
That would be fine. Hey, so what's going to happen with Mark Williams?
He's going to go back to Charlotte.
It doesn't make
That
sense. How
sucks.
can he play in Charlotte? How can he play there and not in LA though?
Well, that's
because each team has different criteria, I believe, on the physical. I could be wrong on that.
Hey, after what I saw JJ Redick rip into Dalton Connect about, I don't think Dalton Connect's going to be glad to be going back to LA.
No.
But
hey, German J, on the season,
yep.
Aaron Wiggins is shooting 36% from 3. Isaiah Joe 40.6, almost a 5%.
Yeah, Joe's a better shooter.
Who shot more?
Probably Isaiah Joe. I'll see if I can find that.
Right now on the Thunder, who's is it Mavs for you? Mavs for me is still the team I don't want to play.
Yeah, Mavs the team I want to stay away from till the end.
Joe's taking 6 threes a game, and Aaron Wiggins is taking 4.
Hey, Jack, if you need a 3-pointer at the end of the game, and it's an open 3, who do you want to take it? I still want Wiggins.
Joe. I
want Wiggins over Joe.
Okay, I don't know why this is even an argument.
Hey, who won the Knicks-Boston game tonight? I was watching a little bit of it.
The Celtics were up by a lot in the first half.
Did they end up winning? I think
I'll find the score.
I think they probably did. They were ahead probably decent amount when I was
Alex
watching.
Caruso, when it gets to playoffs, is going to be a guy people do not want to mess with. I'm just saying right now.
Hey, so
he's going to be special.
With everybody healthy, I think we know who the 5 are starting. Right?
Go ahead. Let's do that.
I mean, it's going to be Chet,
You can't argue it. It's
J-Dub,
Dort, and
Shea, and Dort. That's your 5. So that means coming off the bench, you got Caruso, Wiggins, Joe, Wallace.
Jay and Jay Wood.
Yeah. I mean that.
Now it's a little small lineup. It's a small lineup. That's why, depending on who they go against, they could play Kendrick or if they have to.
And maybe Kenrich Williams, but also you saw them do it in the first game with Chet Hartenstein where they staggered their minutes to start and then they took them out and then they split in the second quarter. So that could be how the rotation works, and I think that'll be something to watch for. Because I know it's something that we talked about after Chet got hurt and Hartenstein came back, how we all thought that was going to work, and I'm sure we talked about that. But
yeah,
there's endless possibilities you can do with them.
Hey, and I'll say this: this was from Barry Trammell, great journalist, and he's on Sports Animal. He was covering for, I think, Traber last week, and he said this. I spot on. I think when he's fully healthy, Chet, he thinks it should be Isaiah Hart without Chet on the field on the court for 16 minutes, Chet without Hart for 16, and then 16 with them together. That's kind of like a perfect mix. You got a third of it with Hart only, a third of it with Chet only, the middle part of it, both of them. I think that's a good mix. 16, 16, 16.
Well, and then I think the start and close games, you have them both on the court together.
But let's be real, guys. I love that, guys. I love what Barry Trammell said about that. But let's be honest. When it gets into playoffs, there's only one thing that matters: matchups.
Yeah, that's true.
So the matchups will determine how many minutes some of those guys play.
Yeah. It was good to see. I mean, J-Dub had a better game tonight.
Oh, he's playing well lately.
J-Dub this last month.
The funk he was in, he's out of. He's out of the funk.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And, there was, I don't remember who said it, but I know it was a national NBA reporter or someone was talking about the Thunder on national TV, saying they can't win these games on national television when it's on ESPN and stuff like this during the regular season. Well, the Thunder, they wanted more ESPN games. And I know the game tonight wasn't on national television, but I believe the Thunder are like, was it 15-4 or 7 or 11-4 on national television?
Yeah, I care less about that. When the playoffs, it's ever all going to be on TV. So
yeah, and I think with Chet Hartenstein healthy, I think you going into that Lakers matchup, you feel more confident having them both. But Chet having to guard at Gafford, because you can't put Chet on AD. Hartenstein would have that assignment.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey,
I would just be something to watch.
I've got to answer Greg God's question, and I want to see what you guys think. To me, All-Star Weekend is one of my favorite weekends of the year. And let me explain. I love seeing the young guys in the game that play on Friday nights usually. I love the slam dunk competition. It's not what it used to be. I do not like the All-Star game. I love All-Star Weekend. I love seeing the guys on TNT, the good time that they have. It's entertaining. A lot of the stuff's entertaining. The All-Star game is not. I hate the All-Star game, but I like All-Star Weekend.
I'm with you. I would almost then rather move the slam dunk and stuff to Sunday and just not do a game. Just do more of the activities they do.
No, Saturday nights. That's always.
But the game is worthless. The game's worthless. I mean, it's so.
Do you want to know my opinion on All-Star Weekend, guys?
Yeah.
My favorite thing about All-Star Weekend is the celebrity game.
That's fun atmosphere. I like that.
It's entertaining.
I don't like the All-Star game. To me, it's just okay. Like, I probably will have the All-Star game. I won't be paying attention. I'll watch when Shai and J-Dub are in the game, but otherwise, it doesn't.
Yeah. Hey, Chester, I understood what you were saying. You don't need to pause. I understood.
And guess what? If possible, we'll be here tomorrow, and I'm sure you'll be with us. Hey, I've got to get to a couple things because I texted you in the middle of the game, NBA.
Okay, but real quick, Jeremy, before you get to that, I got to say something back to this All-Star. I didn't get to say it, but the one thing I would change about All-Star Weekend, I would move it up. It's too late. It's too late. They've almost played. I mean, it's a weird number how they play most of the season. Then you have an All-Star break, and then you just have a little bit of the season left. That's because the
playoffs is a grind. You want to be more fresh going into that.
I get it, but
and
go ahead.
You can go, Jerm. I was going to say.
If yours about All-Star Weekend, go ahead.
Mine's not.
I texted during. I know I texted Jay during it. The NBA's got to figure some things out with some of the rules.
What was that about?
Here's the example.
I didn't understand what it was.
The Isaiah Hartenstein flagrant. Listen to this, Jay.
What was it?
I don't remember it was Jaren Jackson. Their guy shot a 3. Okay? He shot a 3. Isaiah Hartenstein reached up, fouled him. 3 shots, right, Jay? They go review it. It's upgraded to a flagrant 1. They get 3 shots and the ball because the guy came down on Hartenstein's foot.
What?
Yes.
Well, and you know, it's just
they
this.
said Hartenstein put his leg out too much. It was the worst call I've ever seen in sports.
No, it was not as bad as that Texas Tech Houston call, guys. That was the worst call in basketball.
Maybe it was worse.
No. But and you know, here's a rule.
Go watch it, Jason. Go watch it after this.
I'll have to watch it.
Something that I have to complain with, Jeremy. I agree. The rules in the NBA. Something that I hate is the rule of continuation gets changed every single game.
The gather step is annoying.
Well, it was Shai. Who were they playing? Was it Toronto in the first quarter? He had 2 or 3 and ones. It should have easily been and ones continuations taken away because apparently he hadn't started his shooting motion up when he had already gathered the ball. To me, that's what I hate. Like that's an and one. And I think
different. That's the problem.
And the fact is, the Thunder, even in the playoffs, they probably aren't going to win the free throw battle. It's how they've been getting called all year in the playoffs. I don't think it's going to change. But I mean, the playoffs, it is a different game. But the Thunder, they've shown they don't need for free throws to win, which to me, and I see this here, Shai, free throw merchant. That's so dumb.
Well, hey, Greg, I'd love to see that video. I don't know if you could send it in the Discord or something.
And Greg God,
I'd like to see it. I'd like to watch it.
Greg God, what was your thoughts on the Hartenstein call? That was Jay. He literally reached out, he closed out, reached out.
Well, I knew it was pretty bad from your text. You were going ballistic. I was like, "What's he talking about?" I wasn't watching. I was like, "What's Jeremy deep in here?"
I don't even know how to explain it. Yeah, it was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
I'll have to watch it in the Discord. I'll just click and see it. Terrible. He says terrible, Jeremy.
There's also this guy on YouTube as well. I think if you're on this live, you should watch it. Jeremy and Jay, it's great. He breaks down NBA. He's a Celtics fan, but he talks about the Thunder. He breaks down their film and there was one video I watched of just like the unique style of basketball that they play. It's different, something you don't see.
What's his name? Oh, you don't know?
Hey, Jay.
No.
Are you guys concerned at all? Are you guys concerned at all in the fact that the Thunder have been really good lately about they're getting big leads. They're not playing many close games.
They don't lose games that they used to lose, like teams, like they just win.
Are you worried about close games at all in the playoffs?
No. This team's more talented than most teams are going to play.
Correct.
Right now, based on talent, don't do coaching, don't do how they're playing, talent alone, where does the Thunder rank in the West?
In the West, they're at the top.
So they should make the finals.
I think it's disappointment if they don't. And then I think the East, Boston's as talented as they are. With Porzingis, Brown, Tatum, they're as talented as the Thunder.
I would agree with you on that. I would agree with you.
When healthy, Thunder are the most talented team in the West, and I agree. I think that the Cavs with the DeAndre Hunter guys, that to me, that makes me believe in the Cavs a little bit more. I was like, I had been buying into the Cavs hype, but them getting DeAndre Hunter at the trade deadline, I think that's the most underrated addition out of all the guys that were traded at the deadline. That is what he meant to that Atlanta team. He was the only reason they were in some games on.
Yeah, I agree.
And for them to get him, their starting lineup with Garland, Mitchell, him, Mobley, and Allen. That starting lineup,
it's good, but they won't get by Boston.
Inexperience. It's inexperience. And hey, I am worried, Greg God. I'm worried about J-Dub and Chet making big shots. I am.
Well, that brings me to something and it kind of goes with Blake here. I am worried about the Mavs too, but do you think the Thunder I know they're inexperienced. Last year they got in the playoffs and got the taste of it, but does that bite them this year too? The inexperience at all? Do you think that bites
No,
them?
I think they're more experienced now.
You just think they're so much more talented.
Caruso and Hartenstein have been around a while. I mean,
agreed.
Especially with Alex Caruso, he's won a championship on the Lakers. I know it was in the bubble, still counts. He knows what it takes. Played a ton of basketball. I think him and Hartenstein, he's played a lot of games. Last year, played for the Knicks. They made the playoffs too. So,
hey, what about you got to talk? I know we're talking Thunder, but Trae Young, the year he's got going right now.
Dude, Trae Young's out of Atlanta after this year.
I hope so. I hope so.
He's gone.
I hope he is, Jackson, because I'm ready to see him somewhere else.
Now,
you know what I would do if they already made a trade, so they can't do it. If I were the Spurs, I would have done everything to get Trae.
Yeah.
I would have done anything to get Trae. I think Fox is good, but I would have done whatever.
Well, Fox is a great addition for them.
Yeah, I think Trae Young with Wemby. Oh my goodness.
And originally where I wanted Trae Young to go, their point guard has emerged into an elite point guard, and that was the Knicks.
Yeah, but they already got a really good one, man.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, but now it doesn't make much sense.
It doesn't work now, but
to me, I don't know where Trae Young could go. I mean, I guess if
LA,
Minnesota with Ant-Man. Conley's old.
That's true. Conley, that's a good one.
For some reason, I could see the Hornets.
I hope he goes to a team that's going to be winning. I just feel like he's kind of getting.
Here's another thing. Another team. I don't know how many more years Kyrie's got. Trae Young to Dallas.
After they traded Luka, that just makes things more interesting. The guy they traded him for.
With ball, doubt that. I doubt with ball.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
Guys, the Thunder get it done tonight. I know it's been a while, Thunder fans, since we've done one of these. This is something we're going to try to pick up as the second half of the season gets here because there's a lot of Thunder fans. We love talking Thunder talk. So,
yeah, absolutely.
That's right. And hey, All-Star week away, is it right? About a week. So
it's next weekend,
Valentine's weekend. Hey, what better thing to do? Yeah, we will definitely be doing these every night of the playoffs. It will be a post-game live.
There might be some heated ones, guys.
Yeah, but hey, what do you tell your significant other next Saturday? Do you say, or Friday night? Sorry, date night's going to be on the couch watching All-Star Weekend.
No, I'm feeling under the weather. I'm just going to have to chill at the house.
Well, guys, I don't have significant others, so I can't.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it, Jackson.
You have a week
to find you one, Jackson. Okay,
Jay, I've already done this before. You know what I tell my wife on All-Star Weekend a lot? She'll do something, or I'll just be watching it with the boys, and that's everything she needs is just some time away from me and the boys because you know how
I imagine.
I couldn't blame her, dude.
Hey, I can imagine as loud as you are, and your boys are probably about the same. It's probably like, oh my gosh, this is heaven, peace and quiet.
Hey, joining us, Thunder fans. Make sure you subscribe to our channel so that you're notified when we hop on here and do this. So we appreciate it. We will see you guys the next time we're on here. Have a good night.